Coach, thank you so much for joining us here on ANN7. The first question I need to ask is, being in franchise rugby for so long, how quick was it to quickly adapt to the way international rugby works, the building up to test weeks and all of that?
No, I think everything is more or less the same. I think what differs is the level of detail. You know, the level of detail that is really vital and important. And whatever I say, it's not good to start off like we've started off, but that's life and that's rugby. And I'm sure we have learned a hell of a lot from last weekend's loss, But Test match rugby really bring new challenges, absolutely new challenges. It was important for the players, to experience it last week. So it is a massive difference from Super Rugby. The mindset is completely different. The level of intensity and physicality is much more high and severe. So even with the discipline, with regards to discipline in the team, you really feel it and it hurts you if you don't get it right. Basics are very, very important, more so than ever. So we've learned quite good lessons.
Coach, you being a professional for so long, a lot of people would say, well, rather now face defeat than maybe in a rugby championship game. But defeats like this, what type of lessons does it teach you, especially against a team like Ireland, who have conquered the Six Nations for so many years?
Look, as a coach, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose. I just got to keep perspective. It's the start of a new era, and I know what I have in my squad, talented players that hasn't played as a team together. They've been in the Springbok team in and out, and a few with a lot of caps. My responsibility is to make sure that they all become experienced test match players, and hoping come 2018, 2019, the majority of this team will be there, and that gives you a hell of a lot of experience in terms of playing rugby at international level. So the second thing is a game plan is never seen or never executed correctly in game one. Then you're playing with superhuman beings. So this is a process that we're following, and I know we want to get it right, and that was the intention, to get it right from the first game, from the start. But obviously we were showing up, and we weren't on top of our game. So hopefully we have learned from last week, and we'll see better execution in terms of our basics this week. I'm happy with the plan that we have and the way we want to play. That is there. I just think that the personnel must make sure whichever game you want to play, the basics is non-negotiable.
Coach, the predecessors before Heineke Meyer won titles. I mean, Jake won the World Cup Tri-Nations, Peter de Villiers, British and Irish Lions series winning the Tri-Nations in 2009. Does it add extra pressure for you for your first 2 years to win a title, or is it a case of getting a style of rugby and then going ahead and saying, right, we now can challenge for a trophy, or we can push to dominate in rugby championship?
No, I think people would like to hear that, but I can't tell them that. From my experience, you build a wall, you don't look at the end result of the wall once it's built. What I'm focusing on is every brick that I lay should be laid perfectly. And that is how we will build a wall. And the wall symbolically refers to titles and trophies and that. But I've got to make sure that every brick that I lay down there is in a perfect place, and we grow as a team, and not just as a team of 20 to 15 players, but as a group of 31 players. And success will come as long as we make sure that the environment is right. There's a great culture in the team, which I think there is at this point in time, and it's the players just enjoy being together. It's a youthful group, and there's a lot of excitement. I think the second phase is just to get the result.
Coach, when we talk of style of rugby, New Zealand have obviously set the benchmark with their style of running rugby. The Lions have done it under Johan Ackerman. And a lot of people have asked, I mean, there was a time when Peter de Villiers would play that expensive game, but also he had to go back to the conservative way of playing rugby. Do you feel that South Africa now is the time to evolve, or do you feel that they're going to play the way Allister Coetzee plays? What style of rugby are you looking to play within the next 2 to 3 years?
I think the style of rugby at test level will always be winning rugby. No one is judged, or there's no columns corner on the scoreboard saying brilliant rugby, who won the test, who lost the test. That's important. But we've got to make sure that my style is a balanced style. Players must be able to make decisions. You cannot also just run every ball willy-nilly. You cannot just have a too ultra-conservative way of playing. There has got to be a balanced approach where all areas of the game that you have, your kicking game, your defense, your attack, and your contact areas, your breakdown and your set piece, that is an integrated part of the game, and it will stay like that. And you must make good decisions on when, which part of the game, through your attack, to exert pressure on the opposition and get a reward for that. If it's the kicking game and the defense, so be it on the day. If it's the attack and the kicking game, so be it. But we have to make sure that we use the majority out of the 5 there. We get 4 right every time. And that's the balanced game I'm looking for.
Coach, we talk of experience within the squad. Adrian Strauss, JP Peterson. I mean, they're one of the few names that are still within your project currently. How important is it having those guys to help you integrate quickly into the Springbok set?
No, it's senior players and a number of caps, experience. That's always important to have. And if you look at this team compared to other international teams, then you'll find out, I don't want to mention it, it will sound like excuses. But you see the difference in caps of the current team that we've got here, and I don't want to refer to that, compared to other international teams currently, as we sit and speak now. Then you see where we still need to go in terms of experience. But that is the challenge. That is what I'm excited about, and that's what we're going to build on, to make sure that these young players, it was Faf's first game last week. I think a player like Allistер Coetzee had at 12 or 13 starts. That was his 14th, but the first start out of 13 games, his first start. It was Mapu's first start. It was, although he's been in the reserve bench in and out, there were a lot of noughts, no caps, Bongi, a lot of players with no caps. But it's my duty to make sure that, because I know they're good enough players, that they do get the necessary experience, and with that still make sure that we get the results, and make sure that we also have a good brand of rugby that we play.
Coach, Mzwandile stick. He's come under a lot of criticism. There were certain parts of the media that said that because of him, the backs were not strong enough, right? As a coach, with regards to, a lot of people say this is, with regards to transformation, people would say, Allister, are you going to now select with regards to transformation? But do you feel that every player that you select right now is merit and that they're deserving? Because when a lot of people look at it, the guys like Ulazim, Vovu and Allistер Coetzee have been consistent in franchise rugby.
I will never select the Springbok team based on skin colour. I have never done it in the past, not with the Stormers, and never will I do it with Springbok rugby. I believe our players, and I don't care what people say, because everyone has got an opinion. And if you have your opinion, it's yours, fine. I select players that is on merit and is good enough within my style of play and my game plan, and add value and represent this country. So the group of 31 players that I've got here, I'm happy to say that they're the best players for Springbok rugby.
Coach Allister, we wish you all the best for the year, for the series, and obviously for the Rugby Championship. And hopefully in 2019, you can bring back that William Webb Ellis Trophy back to South Africa.
Thank you very much.